record, and we are going great. But I'm going to start out real quick for everybody that's watching. Real quick, this will be recorded. We'll be posting it on all social platforms and email and YouTube, of course. So we are very excited to have everybody here. But, without further ado, I want to welcome everybody to the cast, Connects with CareLinx, episode 5, where we're celebrating some amazing women a part of CareLinx and the amazing leadership, the amazing values, and the amazing success that they drive on a daily basis. And so, real quick, I just do want to introduce each and every one of you. So, I'll just say your name and just say a little bit about, and then you just say a little bit about yourself and kind of your role, your title, and kind of what you do. And so I will start out with Mama herself, Marika Rauza.
Thank you, Jack. So excited to be in the presence of these wonderful ladies and you, of course. But my role at CareLinx is the Senior Director of Operations for providers and consumers and over customer success as well. And so I am very fortunate to get to work with these ladies and on the operations team, as well as being able to support our provider partners out in the community.
Awesome. Awesome. Kadisha, why don't you go next?
Yeah, well, I'm very excited to be here, clearly. My name is Khadijah Lewis, and I run operations for our payer team. And as Marika mentioned, I have had the pleasure of working with both of them. Marika especially has really just taken me under her wing and taught me everything there was to know about operations, and I now run my own team. So I am just so honored to sit here with two amazing women, and of course, you I'm really excited for this, so thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then last but not least, what about you, Kristen?
Hi, my name is Kristen Wells. I'm happy to be here with everyone today. I'm fairly new with the company. It's almost a year, and I'm a community liaison in the Ann Arbor market. So I travel 5 or 6 different hospitals on a regular basis. And I enjoy doing that and meeting with clients. Thank you.
That's awesome. Kristen, Midwest people, we got to stick together. All right.
We do. That's right.
No, but thank you guys again for hopping on and joining. And just like I said, really celebrating this month and just all months, really just celebrating women's success and especially, the work and the amount of just the amazing values that you guys just bring on a day-to-day basis. It's truly inspiring and excited for our audience to really dive in and get to know not only just CareLinx, but the real you guys and just your amazing accomplishments, which is great. And so I do want to kick it off real quick is, especially with Kadisha. So I'll start with you, Kadisha. This month for women is extremely important. And like I said, not just this month, but all months, 365 days a year, 12 months. And so, what does this month, though, truly mean to you?
Ooh, good question, Jack. Do you have 2 hours?
I wish. All
right, well, I'll try to keep it, short and sweet somewhat. But I love this month, to say it in a short version. So, Women's Month to me is just really a month where we can acknowledge and celebrate and reflect on women's achievements, including the many women that we're surrounded by on a daily basis. As you said, the experience between just Marika and Kristen and just the ladies on this panel is just astounding. I do think it's important that we appreciate how far we've come and, the place that we're in and the contributions that women have given to society, especially when you look around and see that, there are women in every field today, right? You've got Kristen, like she said, in sales, and we've got Marika, who's literally done everything under the sun, right? And, on the flip side, though, this month is also to me about acknowledging what got us here, and the women that came before us and that were not given this opportunity to be in leadership positions and, sit on a panel like the rest of us. So when it does come to Women's Month, Women's History Month, I should say, I feel very lucky to be in the position that I'm in and, again, have the opportunity to work with these amazing women that crush their goals and do so with such integrity and dignity and grace. And even more amazing to me is that when I look around at this company as a whole, we are surrounded by powerful women. You know, they just know how to get the job done. So that inspiration that I see and feel and get to grow from on a daily basis, that is represented by my team, my colleagues, the leadership team here at CareLinx, it's just all amplified during this month. You know, it's a whole month dedicated to celebrating women and their accomplishments and contributions. So to give you the short version, Women's Month to me is just really about celebrating women, you know, acknowledging the past and appreciating the present, but also being excited and hopeful for the future and what contributions we will bring, because we're women. You never know what's going to happen next, and the sky is just truly the limit.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Amen to that. Does anybody have anything to add to that? Because that was awesome. That was
powerful.
That was powerful. I loved it.
That was wonderful.
I get passionate. I mean, I told you guys I love this month, so I did warn you.
Yeah, does anything have to add to that, or kind of anything that they would like to share?
You know, I can share also. I mean, tough act to follow, Kenesha, and I think you've really checked all those boxes. I'll expand a little bit about, you know, being a woman in leadership and being a part of the executive committee for our executive team for CareLinx. Really being able to foster the right culture, to mentor and train women and empower them to the sky's limits. That culture is pervasive, you know, throughout the organization, but it, you know, it starts at the top. And that is very exciting and really speaks to my soul as well, because when I interview for all positions, and when I meet you know, folks that are care advisors that are just getting introduced to our company, it's so exciting to be able to speak about what the future can hold and paint a beautiful picture of, like, don't be limited in any way, shape, or form, and being in innovation, being in technology and product, right, which is so much a part of what we do here at CareLinx as well, is being able to really leverage our technology. Women in technology and innovation are small, you know, like you don't hear about us very often, and so being able to be a part of an organization that really fosters that, mentors that, you know, is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. So I'm excited. I look forward, and I see lots of sunshines, rainbows, and unicorns for sure.
No, that is truly awesome. And like I said, everything you guys are echoing is just really important to not only just the business side of things, but just in general, and seeing just the, like you said, the amazing types of accomplishments that are happening right now with women is truly amazing. And it's just really thankful to be along for the ride, to see a lot of your guys' success and, like, just to see it happening. I love it. My next question too then is actually to Kristen.
Okay.
And Kristen, you know, your position is very unique. You're like the brand of CareLinx. You're really out there, really making these relationships. You're really driving a lot of great success. But, you know, being in this role now for a little under a year, you're almost at that year mark. What do you think is a key to success in a role like yours?
In a role like mine, being with CareLinx just over a year, I've been doing this type of work for about 7 years now. And I will say, having a big heart, definitely you need to be motivated and driven. I'm surrounded by women a lot, actually. So it's kind of nice, you know, meeting with case managers, social workers, mainly women. And so we can all talk and bounce ideas off of each other. And, you know, it's gaining that trust. Sometimes meeting, you know, not just men, but with men, it's a little intimidating, you know, because they get their own schedule and they have their own connections. And so it's kind of like gaining trust. But definitely being passionate about what I do. Understanding. I talk with a lot of families on a regular basis, and just kind of like realizing what their problem is and how we can help solve it. And then being able to balance the workload and organizing, you know, families, managers, social workers, and making sure we're all on the same page for the end goal. So, I mean, just in my role particularly, it's a lot, but it's fun. Sales driven. So I'm out there.
No, absolutely. And Kristen, I know I work with you closely too as well on a daily basis, and I know exactly what is going on through the weeds, and just like it's truly amazing to see everything, you know, that you're doing, the relationships that you're building. I love it, Jeff, and it's really great to work with you on a daily basis, Kristen. It
Well,
really
thank
is.
you. Thank you. No, I enjoy it. It's been a great experience, you know, being over here like in Harbor Market, where I was over on the other side of the state. So it's just completely different. It's new faces, it's new, you know, I'm new companies, it's all new, and it's good. It's good with branding, getting our name out there. And so, yeah, it's wonderful. Networking is great.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And, you know, Khadijah, too, I know you're in a kind of different role, maybe a little bit as well, but why don't you kind of maybe dive a little bit too into what you think is what do you think? Ooh, sorry, Friday, guys. What do you think is a key to success in a role like yours?
Yeah, that's another good question, Jack. You're on it today.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I would probably say that the key to success is communication. And I say that because for my role now, you know, I oversee probably the largest team actually that I have yet so far in my career. And communication is key, you know, whether it's just making sure you're communicating expectations, but also keeping open lines of communication. You know, I really pride myself, especially when I look at my team that I am beyond proud of, you know, and everyone feels comfortable communicating with me, and I feel comfortable communicating with them. So I really do feel like that's the secret to success. You know, if you are in a position where you can't communicate with your own team, well, that is just going to cause so many blockers and problems, because then you're not able to give that, you know, feedback to them in a positive way, and it's not going to be received in a positive way. So communication is just so vital when dealing with a team, especially one with different personalities and a lot of women too, which is amazing, you know. And I think that is really just the key to success is communicating. And I'd rather over communicate than under communicate, whether it's in terms of what I'm expecting, whether it's in terms of feedback. You know, we all know how it feels to get that, like, good job. You know, you're doing a great job. You're on the right track. I mean, I worked for Marika for what feels like forever now, but it's only been not even that long. But just to know that you're on the right track when you're focused and you feel like you've got that momentum going, that means so much. So, you know, I've taken that skills that Marika has taught me and showed me as well, and really applied that to my own team. And I see success from it. You know, so I'd probably say that to me, you know, in an operations role and overseeing a team, that would definitely be the key to success in my mind.
That's awesome. And Khadijah, you brought up a really great one, communication, because I know we communicate a lot about our specific roles in our jobs as well. So, and that's great. And I just love to see it, and the amazing work that you're doing now with, you know, the payer side as well, which is really just truly amazing, and just everything you and your team are doing, really, really awesome. But nice. The next question I do have now is for Mama herself, Marika. And, you know, Marika, a lot of it is, you know, you're a really big inspiration, I know, within the company and kind of what you do. And, you know, being a successful executive role like yourself and driving key success, you know, return on investment, key performance initiatives, and things like that, you know, you really set the standard of really being successful, really being that role model. I know personally, you know, you're one of my biggest role models at the company as well. So I really look up to you a lot. And, you know, but just, you know, in general, I know a lot of maybe young women are looking up to you, maybe at times. Kristen, Khadijah, I know you guys do as well. So what advice, Marika, would you give young women who are trying to make an impact in your industry?
Don't limit yourself. You know, like, keep your eye. I mean, just don't put limitations on yourself. You should always, you know, you have to do the hard work, obviously, and you have to pay your dues, and, you know, whatever it is that you want to be. But being open and receptive for learning, and to, like, not even just knowing what the right thing to do or how to do something the right way, because there's so many different ways, to go about doing things. But really not being afraid of that and really embracing that, learning from others. Don't limit yourself as to there's only one way how to do it. Challenge yourself, embrace your curiosity. It's, I have to say, like, I was listening to Khadijah and Kristen, share her, and it's like, it is truly such a proud moment for me, because I, being able to see both of your accomplishments, Kristen in such a short time, but then Khadijah, which does seem like longer than it has been, just a couple of years actually. But where you've been able to really, the launching pad of really always wanting and I've always said to Khadijah, like, I will give you the keys to the kingdom. Like, this is yours to take, keep doing what you're doing and like, go for it. And she completely has, she's embraced it. And like, that's what it's really about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kristen is so incredibly goal driven that I swear I put anything in front of her and she just goes. And so, which really speaks to, it doesn't, it shouldn't matter, Jack, whether you are male or female, period, amen. But, what this month also represents is as a learning and appreciating the women that have come before us. And I've been incredibly blessed myself of having amazing mentors and having strong role models in my life. And just really, like, my mother, my friends, my sister-in-laws, like my colleagues, my teams, and the patience that we serve. If we slow down enough to listen and just absorb, their like incredible like knowledge, experience, and thirst for life, like, we can't lose, guys. Like, they just like embrace it. Like, don't limit yourself, challenge the unknown, like, be your own pioneer. Like, that's what I would say. People never, ever would have thought that I would be here today doing this, and it's just, you just need to do it, right? You just gotta.
Absolutely. Kadisha or Kristen, do you have anything to add on to that?
Back to follow, but I would agree, the sky is the limit. I've always tried to live my life with the mentality of, nothing worth having comes easy. You have to put in the work, and Marika mentioned, paying your dues, and that's important. I think that that's where a lot of people, and I even venture to say women, get discouraged, especially when you're in, like Marika said, a tech industry where it is usually male predominant, right? So it's so easy to be in a position where you could get discouraged and feel like, oh, this is too much work, I'm not going to continue with it. But that, when you feel that way, that is when you should push harder, because there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. And if you stay focused on what that end goal is, you'll always reach it. So the sky really is the limit. And my advice to young women would just be to work hard, put the time in. If it was easy to do, everyone would do it. Everyone would be here, but that's not the case, so it's just really about focusing and being willing to put in that hard work to get that big reward at the end.
I'll also say too, just stepping out of your comfort zone. I mean, it's, especially with my role personally, I am in front of all different kinds of people every single day, from VPs to executives to and so I'm meeting with all different kinds of people, and it's just like adapting to your surroundings and understanding their problem and what you can bring to the table to help them for the end goal. And so it's just adapting and just, stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. And it's really, great to hear, because especially with your leadership roles and kind of really being the role models for the next generation, it's truly amazing to see. And, the next question I have really is for the panel is, like I said, you guys have done so many amazing things professionally as well personally in your lives. What are you most proud of that you achieved professionally up until this point? And I'm going to start with Kristen.
I would say, and I'm going to just use my new role because, I've been doing this for now 7 years and on the west side of the state, and I was comfortable over there and I had my connections and it was, this person and this person knows this person. And now I'm over here on the other side of the state and I know no one. And I'm out there. I'm meeting at 4 or 5 different hospitals. I'm meeting all new case managers and all new social workers. And I'm out meeting agencies and I'm teaching them about CareLinx. And so for me to be able to do that alone, stepping out of my comfort zone, meeting with all of these people, gaining their trust, and building those relationships. And so to me personally is such a huge accomplishment because I'm in an uncomfortable situation, adapting to my surroundings. And so for me personally has helped build my confidence up in my role. And so to me, I just feel like with other people going into roles like this, definitely, like I said, be okay with stepping out of your comfort zone and getting to know other people and realizing their problems and how you can help kind of niche your way in. So good question.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
awesome. Kadisha, what are your thoughts here too?
Yeah, so I would probably say that I am personally most proud of not really a specific situation, but just in general, like finding my niche early in life. I feel like I got really lucky in that because I love this field. I almost know nothing else but this field. It was one of my very first jobs out of graduating was in senior care. And I absolutely love it. I love operations and I love the career I chose. So that as a whole is just a huge accomplishment to me. And, what's helped is that I've done the job that my team does. So it allows me to be the kind of leader that I wanted when I was doing their job. It gives me a unique perspective in a sense. And, your heart, Marika, your heart.
Yeah.
But, it's true. And I run a team now that I personally chose. And sure, I'm proud of their scores and their QA and their efficiency and everything like that. But I am most proud of running a team that cares and wants to do right by people and understands the important role that we play in others' lives, right? It's so easy to get lost up in this is just a caller on the phone. But when I take a step back and look at my team, I see people that truly care about these people they're speaking to. I've heard some phone calls and you would think that they've known each other for their entire lives. So as proud as I am of all of their metrics and things like that, when I take a step back and say, what am I most proud of? I'm most proud of building a team that truly cares and is committed to our mission of allowing people to age with dignity and grace and to live the life that they want, even in their senior years. So that is what I would say my biggest accomplishment has been so far.
No, that's awesome. And that's great. That's really amazing to hear. Marika, do you have any thoughts too as well?
I feel like I'm the elder of the group, so there's like a lot to pick from. So hard to say. I would say, like, at the heart of the matter, like I'm definitely a people manager, and I think you guys already know that, but it's so obviously super proud of the people and the teams that through the years that been able to really foster and mentor. If I had to pick a single accomplishment that I feel like sort of defined some of my life, I would say it was the creation of optimal aging, which was done really from idea through being able to actually get acquired by CareLinx, right? So for being a successful program and all that it brought, and speaking to learning and getting out of the box, the privilege of being able to work with Sherwin on the partner side and really figure out this business and what does home care look like in a health system and how do we build this, and working with YP and saying like, how do we get smarter about empowering and taking technology and so I'm super proud of that because it actually makes our services more accessible. It empowers caregivers to be at the top of their game and to be paid fair wage and to be that entrepreneur, all while being able to support seniors in their home, to help people age at home with dignity and grace. That is our mission. And so like, it speaks to my heart. So I don't know if there's one single defining moment, but, you know, I think I say optimal aging because it's brought me here to today, like to where I'm sitting, to being able to be in a position to be able to celebrate the work that we're doing, the people that we work with, and ultimately the people that we serve. So there you go.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm gonna
Mhm.
switch to gallery view and hopefully we can just see everyone. So see that too. No, I love how you guys are touching too, because a lot of what CareLinx too, I don't know, just for me a little bit too, is just the most personal side, but we all have a strong connection to this industry. And it's really
Mhm.
amazing to see a lot of not only us, but Marika, to your point too, the whole executive team from Sherwin to yourself to YP that has a really special bond and heart to this is just something that it's just truly remarkable. You don't really see it a lot, and it's just really amazing to see that the work that we do and how passionate we are about it. And that kind of leads me to my very last panel question about just the passion of how you feel is, I've been very blessed in my life too as well in marketing to be involved and to be exposed to a lot of amazing women in leadership roles, making key decisions and things like that. But sometimes we also know that that is not the case in other types of industries or other types of certain areas. And so, in your own words, I want you guys to really dive in and just kind of describe, how important and vital it is for women to be involved in major business decisions, big leadership roles, and just overall workflows within not only just companies, but then industries. And I will start with Khadisha first.
Oh, well, it's vital. Not taking any knocks at men and you, Jack, but like everything, like I feel like you have to look at your end user, right? So when you're servicing a population that is made of both men and women, your decision makers have to be made of both men and women. To me, it's just kind of like a basic concept there. I think that you need multiple voices and opinions in order to appeal to the masses, especially when you have a service or a product that is going out to people. Women bring skills and different perspectives and structural and cultural differences and effective solutions. I mean, we do. We can take it from a completely different approach. So, I remember seeing a statistic, and I think the very first time I saw it, it was like 6.4% of women were CEOs at Fortune 500 companies. 6.4, like that's nothing. That's so low. And
yeah.
of last year, it was like 7.5. So great, we're going in the right direction. But when you look at the big picture, there's just so much opportunity for growth. So, what I would love to see is exactly what CareLinx represents, right? You look at our executive team, it's made up of women, not all women, but it's a ton of powerful women collectively coming together with ideas, whether it's Marika, you've got Melly in engineering, like it. When you can combine the different, thought processes that each person, whether it's male or female, brings to the table, it's just going to get you to that end result that much quicker. So I think it's absolutely vital. And I hope to continue to see that number rise, hopefully more than 1% over.
Oh.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then you literally mentioned one of our executives right now, Marika. And, Marika, what are your kind of thoughts about this?
Well, I mean, I think Khadisha really hit it perfectly when she talked about just having that perspective. I will also say I don't think it should really matter that we have to fight so hard. I mean, the most qualified person, should be able to push forward. So I think it's important, I think, for us as a community and a society, regardless of your business line, to be represented, to be able to mentor as well as be those positive role models, I think is so critical. And we are starting to see, like you said, it would be great to see more than 1%. I'm sure that there is, that's probably, we can say that for another podcast as to why that is the way that it is. But, focusing on it, I think it means everything. And in regards to being able to be fairly represented, to be able to put the best product forward, to be able to have, I'm somebody who believes in collaborative leadership. And so when you are able to really be able to tap into those different skills, leadership perspectives, I think you're just going to get a solid, more well-rounded, sustainable, like product, service, widget, whatever, fill in the blank, to be able to move forward. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's sad that we have to actually say, like, why is it important to have women sit at the table? But the fact that we are talking about it is progress. Is progress. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. Kristen, do you have any thoughts there too?
Yeah, I just think having, diversity in the workforce, it makes the environment more comfortable. It's not as intimidating having, women of, higher value or men of higher value. It just makes it a more comfortable work environment. Some people communicate differently to either male or female, and just to have that there present makes it, like I said, definitely a more fitting and more comfortable work environment. I just think it's important, that we do have women in higher roles. And, I did not know that statistic, Kadisha. I'm completely blown away. I would have never thought it was that low. I mean, I work with women all day long. And so I'm like, really? Wow. I just to really think about it, that it's shocking. So
it really is. But the nice thing is, though, as shocking as it was, like, it's nice to be able to step back and say, like, my company does not represent that statistic.
No, not at all.
That's
100%.
so powerful to be able to say, I'm surprised because my company doesn't do that. When I look at our executive team, there are people that look like me on my executive team.
That's
and
right.
You mentioned a great point about being comfortable. It would be completely different if we had an all male executive team, right? We'd all be sitting here like, well, I'd love to be there one day, but can I be? Something is being a woman going to limit me from being there. But we have that unique opportunity to say no, it's absolutely not, because we see powerful women like Melly and Marika sitting on that executive team, and we see people that look like us.
Yeah, absolutely. And also just real quick, Melly, hope you are feeling better, just everything like that. Hope you're feeling good. I know. But no, guys, this has been, fantastic. And hearing the words coming out of your mouth and your experiences and your insights is truly, truly inspirational. And I did want to take this time to do a little surprise. And I do want to invite Sherwin Sheik, the CEO, to come on here to say just a quick few words. And so I'm bringing him on for a minute. And there's Sherwin. Sherwin, can you hear us? I think you're... Hey, Sherwin.
I'm here. Hey,
how
everyone.
are you?
Great. I absolutely am enjoying this episode and this conversation. Before I jump right in, I wanted to give a little bit just my 2 cents of what this month means to me and why I'm so proud of what I heard from the team members today. And it comes back to I loved when you guys talked about how prideful you are about the company and the culture and the who we are as an organization. And I know I am proud when I look around the org, who I am working with. I see a complete diverse group across multiple dimensions. And I believe that makes us very strong as an organization. And that comes from, I need to give a little bit of credit to my mom. And just to understand, when I founded this company, why did we push this way? And so my mom came here, she's an immigrant. She got her PhD in the 60s and 70s. She tried to be an entrepreneur. I remember her coming home crying when I was a kid that she could not get funded, and that if she was a male, her company would have been funded. And I was the youngest, and I had 2 older sisters as well. And just being raised in that environment, my dad passed when I was young. So I was raised by 3 strong older women, my mom, the matriarch, kind of leading the family, helping me just become the person who I am today. Today, I am a father of 2 young girls. I'm also married to a career-driven spouse who is in the tech industry that I highly support. And even though I'm a CEO of a company, it doesn't matter. She's still the boss at home, and she's still equal. And she says, no matter where CareLinx goes, we're equal. This is a partnership. And I love that that's the foundation that we have. And so when I look at how I've been building CareLinx, it's not random. I've been trying to make sure that we have a very diverse team across the board, because I know for a fact that it makes us better. And so I was loving hearing what you guys were saying, because it's what we want to be, and it's what we continue as we continue to grow, and we're rapidly still growing as an organization. These are things that we all need to cherish and hold on to and make sure it stays within the company culture. And I know from my perspective and the executive team perspective, we all share the importance of just diversity from gender, all dimensions that matter. So I just wanted to provide that context, and I was very excited to hear about that. But I also, you invited me on, Jack, because you also wanted me to talk about, just recognize Marika for a little bit. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
that's correct.
Yay!
Wonderful. So I wanted to talk about Marika, and she's running our operations, and it's a big role. And if you actually think about what we do, it is making sure when families come to us, they have a caregiver who's reliable and shows up and cares for them, as we all want a caregiver to take care of our loved ones. She's managing that team that's making that possible. And it's a huge role. And when she talked about her being at Providence and at OA, the organization that she founded that ultimately CareLinx acquired and brought her on, and it was thoughtful because I wanted Marika to come over. But I need to tell you about a story that it's very profound, and that is Providence was one of our first large enterprise clients. I mean, they're one of the largest health systems in the United States. And she was our customer. Providence was our customer. She was running that program there. Look, there were times when we were trying to scale that our operations weren't what they are today, and we continuously need to improve. She took me aside and she said, Sharon, get your house in order. And I said, wonderful. One day I'm going to have her run my operations. So when we're dealing with other large enterprise clients, she can basically make our team and organization be one that would resonate well and perform to the expectations of large enterprise clients. And so when the opportunity presented itself, I jumped on it, because I knew that bringing Marika on with the knowledge that she has, her ability to understand also what large clients were looking for, from a risk management standpoint, it made a lot of sense. And she happened to be a woman. It doesn't matter, but the fact is she delivers. And so when she talked about what matters, what you should do is just get the job done. That's when I look at why I am so confident in her as a leader, is I know when things are going on operationally, she is on it. And she will make sure that if they are things that go wrong, which they will, I mean, that's the nature of business, that she has the diligence, the foresight, and the ability to navigate those complexities to ensure that the company is safe, but at the same time, the family, the caregiver, everyone who's involved is understanding and comfortable with what's happening. And it's her ability to just deliver that makes me confident that she is in the right role, and I'm proud that she's in that role, and that she's cultivating a team underneath her that's able to to ensure that we will continue to meet the needs of all the families that come to us, all the caregivers who are looking for opportunities, and then all the enterprise clients, be it payers and providers who trust us to take care of their patients and members. It's like she's cultivating that up and down her org. So I just wanted to, one, thank her, recognize her. I'm so glad she's part of the team, and she's been working with us now, for 6 years? With several years at OA, and then we were able to bring on Optimal Aging, part of the CareLinx family, and obviously we placed her at a very critical leadership role that it's beautiful. So
That's awesome. We love you, Marika.
Thank you, Sherwin. Definitely been an amazing journey. And, we talk today, we're featuring and we're showcasing, these amazing women that we work with, but it's because of the company that you built, the culture that you've established. And obviously for all of us, it's the influences that we have in our lives that really help encourage us to be able to be curious and to explore and to be limitless in how we look at being able to serve our clients and really continue to grow as an organization and as humans, guys. Like, it's so important that we do this with integrity and love. So I love that about this, and that it starts with you, my friend. So thank you for having me.
I love it, guys. And I do want to invite one more guest. Sherwin, more than happy to have you on. I think it'd be awesome. But I do want to invite our VP of Operations and Strategic Partnerships, Chad Miller, on here to actually say a few words about our great leader, Khadijah Lewis.
Hey, team.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, Jack, thanks so much for having me on. This has been an absolutely awesome podcast. I just want to thank you guys. Seriously, I've cried a little bit, and there's just all these different
Oh my God.
But no, I seriously am blessed to work with each and every one of you on a daily basis. Seriously, what you guys do here at CareLinx is absolutely remarkable, but just not only at CareLinx, what you do for your families, what you do in life, it's truly remarkable. And we obviously see that carry over, right, into the workforce, and the passion that you guys have for this industry and just for people in general, is amazing. And I have a similar story kind of to Sherwin, right? So I grew up, my mom I was a mommy's boy, and obviously it was one of those things that I leaned on her a lot. And, throughout that journey, I had a younger sister, and my sister would always come to me and she'd always be like, look, I want to be a professional basketball player. I want to do this. I'm like, you can do anything you set your mind to, right? There's nothing that should stop you. So don't let anyone get in the way. Just continuously go for your dreams, right? And so just getting raised that way, and and hearing it from my mom and hearing it from my sister, and then obviously my dad was a super support system of that too, was empowering women. I've carried that over, and now I've been blessed to have an 8-year-old daughter now, and she is everything to me, right? And so she actually just got home from school, and she's listened to a little bit of this podcast, and I told her, see, you can accomplish anything. Look at the women that we have here at CareLinx.
Yep.
Nothing. I mean, literally, don't let anything get in your way. Just continuously reach for the stars, reach for your dreams, because it can happen. And so what I'm really proud of here at CareLinx is exactly what Sherwin was stating, is the women that we have here. And obviously we look at, diversity of the organization. We want women to be on our executive teams, and we don't have the normal statistics of the country, right? I mean, when you look at it, we're not normal, and that's a good thing. We want to empower women to be at the executive team member leadership side. And so every single day, I'm just blessed and honored to work with each and every one of you. So I want to thank you guys, but I'm showcasing Khadijah today. So I got to meet Khadijah a little over a year ago. Actually, she was a clinical liaison for us for Innova, and which was one of our largest accounts. And so I had the pleasure to go. I flew out there. I got to meet with her in the cafeteria of a hospital. And I'll never forget the first time I met with her. I was blown away. I've been in this industry for a long time, for 14 years. I worked with awesome people throughout this journey, but I was absolutely blown away by her drive, her determination, her caring attitude for all of the patients at Inova, making sure they get the right home care, but also just like her thought processes and like her strategic approach to making CareLinx better. And I was like, wow, like I was super impressed with her. I got on the phone, I called Sherwin, I called other team members. I'm like, she's a rock star, like she's phenomenal. And so obviously now to see her grow within the last year has been remarkable. I mean, we've literally said, hey, here's a liaison role, go out and do it. And then when we had an operation opportunity with our payer accounts, which is one of our largest accounts, obviously, here at CareLinx, we were wondering like, who's going to run, the management side of the payer side. And first thing, multiple people said, Kadisha can do it. She's phenomenal. Like we are putting her in that role. And now you see her today. I mean, she leads the payer side of the organization. I'm so proud of her. Like obviously the operations leadership that she has, the team member approach, like she literally gels with her team. They look up to her. And obviously she also, provides great training, guidance to them, but also just more than that, she's a great friend to each and every one of her employees. And she gives them sound advice each and every day within the business, but also in walk of life. So like Kadisha, like seriously, you're a huge part of me being here at CareLinx. Like literally, like everything that you do, like I lean on you a lot. And obviously I come to you a lot for strategy and, obviously getting your guidance and support, but you are a huge integral part to our success here at CareLinx. And I could not be, more happy for you, but also just, what you represent here at CareLinx, and obviously being one of those strong women in the leadership position. And like I said, I'm truly honored to be working alongside of you.
Chad, thank you so much. It's crazy to think that, less than 2 years ago is when I met. And I remember we met on like your first week. Yep. And I remember as a clinical we need to set up a meeting with like the top person at Inova. And I was like, I'm on it. I've got us covered. And I remember it was like your third day, Chad. And I sat in a room with you and the director and was equally blown away by you. Like, I remember leaving thinking like, how on earth is it his third day? But, I love that. And I remember just looking up to you so much. So that same credit that you're giving to me, like just know that I walked away from our initial meeting with that same feeling, absolutely blown away. And I was so excited to be able to learn from you and work from you. And I love when you check in and we have those strategy calls, because I know that you're just a wealth of knowledge and we share similar backgrounds in that, we've both done the roles that we oversee. It's great to get your insight in that perspective. So thank you for that. That was very nice. And a surprise, Jack. Good job. A surprise.
Yay! I wondered about that.
I can't believe he kept that from me.
I know. I think we all know I'm not good at secrets, but no, I did want to save then last for Kristen and Marika, if you'd like to say some choice words about Kristen.
I'd love to. So yeah, I was actually supposed to be part of the surprise and come towards the end, but I was asked to come on because Melly was ill today too, and so I'm sorry that she missed out, but she will definitely get her day to share on here. But Kristen, I mean, you're sort of it's great because you've already said, you're sort of our newest member, kind of being on here for about a year, and so it's really kind of full circle. And I just want to point out here, so Kadisha was a liaison, and then she came up, and then I had an opportunity to work with Kadisha, and then we really worked and mentored. And actually Kadisha was the one who found Kristen and interviewed Kristen and brought Kristen on, which is amazing. And so then as we all sort of grew and evolved, so now I get the pleasure of working really closely with Kristen. And so when we actually talk about, mentoring women, it's there it is. The three of us all are connected here. And Kristen, I think the easiest, you are a force to be reckoned with. You are you're so much fun to work with. But Sherwin has really instilled within our culture this can-do attitude, right? It's so important for being able to look at whether it's a financial goal, the number of leads, a partnership, whatever that goal is just get in there and do it. You always want the ball. Like, I'm a sports person. So you're always like, throw me the ball. I got this, Marika. I'll go into it. And it's, you're the easiest person to manage in that sense. Cause I'm always like, just go, girl. Like, let me know what you need. Like, I can block and tackle for you. But after him, you're like, I got it. And I love that. I love that. I appreciate that about you. But I also you talk about, doing the hard work and stuff. You are an extraordinarily hard worker. You always make yourself available. And I know that, and the company recognize it. Your sales numbers reflect that as well. But it more importantly, I think it really speaks to your commitment to both your clients and and the patients that you're serving. And you are driven by that. And I think, so, you talk about good leaders are born of head, heart, and guts, right? And you really just embody such a beautiful balance of all of that. And so it's always, it's so funny, Sherwin will ask me, hey, what's going on with the Trinity account? What's she doing there? I'm like, it's really hard to say. Like, she's just going. And he's like, great. Like, let's do some more. Get her, like, send her back out. And it's so great. There's nothing that really, you've never actually ever said, Marika, I don't know if I can do that. You've tackled so many just different avenues. You've opened up so many doors just in a very short time that you've been here. And so thank you for choosing us. Thank you for being part of our team. Thank you for elevating our team as well. Because I think when you have that drive and you become that role model, people want to chase you, right? They want to go after it. And that's that culture again. That's that can do. That's that competitiveness. But it's also like really nicely bundled in like the right thing to do. And so I get the pleasure of working with you on a daily basis, and you truly are an inspiration. And we are blessed to have you on our team. So thank you again.
Thank you, Marika. You guys have brought tears to my eyes. Wow. First, I will say it's been an amazing experience, I will say. Working with this team who truly cares about, excuse me, each and every person equally is an honor. I know I talk with Marika every day, at least weekly, and she's always asking me if there's anything that she can do for me, or what can I do to make your life better? What can I do to make your life easier? What can I do for you? You just name it, I'll do it. And within seconds, if I need something, she's on it. And I've never worked for an organization like that. And it just really makes you proud of being a part of a team like this. So thank you guys very much.
No, thank you. Just thank you to everybody too. And I just want to say, just to echo off kind of everybody, especially Sherwin, Chad, Marika, this is, Kadisha, Kristen, Marika, just highlighting just some of the few amazing women in this company, and just the amount of culture that Sherwin, Chad, Marika, the rest of the team, Kadisha, Kristen has built, and the amount of amazing women that we do have at CareLinx that make a difference every day is just truly inspiring and just amazing to see. And like I said, I'm very fortunate and able in my position to work and get to talk to different aspects of the business, from operations to the advisors to anybody. And so being exposed to a lot of great, strong, amazing women built by such a strong, inclusive, and just very outgoing culture is just something, like Chad, to your point too, not a part of the stats. We haven't seen it before. And it's great to really just hear this. And so just want to say that from the bottom of my heart to everybody here, as well as everybody watching and everybody part of the CareLinx family. Truly an honor to work with you guys on a daily basis, and really amazing to see.
Thank you.
We love it. But And that concludes this episode of the webcast. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. And like I said before, this month is an amazing month, but like I said, it's 365 days a year, every day, and really amazing to see. But I do want to thank each and every one of you for coming on. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, weekend, and rest of your International Women's Month.
Thank you, Jack.
Thanks,
Thanks
Jack.
for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you.
For having us.
Thank you.
Have a great one, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye.